Once you truly apprehend this very basic neuroscientific fact about how the brain works and how neuroplasticity works, everything can change in your life. It's actually very, exceedingly simple. Your brain functions on a use it or lose it principle. If you do something over and over again, it will be planted inside of your own neurons, and that will be slowly automated, obviously, the more you do it. The more you don't do it, the more your brain's gonna do something called synaptic pruning, and synaptic pruning is the weakening of those neurons that are associated with that activity. My people, if you want to do something that you've never done before, you're gonna always have to do something that you've never done before. Obviously, if you always do what you've always done, you can always get what you always got. Therefore, if you practice that which you don't want to become, that is only going to grow and grow and grow, and you'll become that person who you didn't want to become. Why? Because development occurs, my people, through consistency, through continuously going at it whenever, and especially whenever you do not necessarily want to do it. It's not a huge leap like I'm going to run a 30K when I haven't even run a 5K in my life ever. No, it's about 5K, 6K, 10K, 15K, etc., 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 through months and months and months. It's the same thing with your brain. Consistency, repetition, novelty, attention, and then repetition over and over, and an iteration, obviously. You're also trying to improve and get better whilst you're learning from your mistakes. That is how your brain works. That is how your brain learns. That is how your brain grows. Focusing on novel things, training your attention, training your focus, always fixating at what it is that you're doing, providing a stimulus for your brain so that it can grow, so that those neurons that are associated with the activity can strengthen for further use. And obviously don't forget about sleep, 7 to 8 hours every single night. If you can't do that, get as much as possible. Repetition over and over again. This is why consistency is the most indispensable virtue. Consistency, of course, with proper alignment is a virtue. Consistency with negative alignment or suboptimal alignment, so to speak, is a vice. Every single virtue, as a matter of fact, can be turned around, and it can be turned into a vice. Intelligence, pride, compassion, too much compassion, like the Oedipal mother, etc., etc., etc. I'm not gonna go there, but that's how your brain functions. And people hear this and like, obviously, of course, but we don't live by that principle. We don't live by consistency and discipline. But now you know, there's scientific evidence that tells you that you become what you practice. So now there is absolutely no excuse for you not to do that which you know that you should do, because you know the fundamental process behind it. Hopefully it was helpful. God bless you, and do that which you know is indispensable. Thank you.